One of Gateway's main aims is to help students to be successful in school leaving and university entrance exams. That doesn't just mean giving the students tests. It means helping them to know what is involved in different exam tasks and helping them to come up with efficient strategies to deal with these tasks. There are exam success boxes in each unit of Gateway to help achieve this, so that students feel fully familiar with and prepared for the tasks they will encounter in their exams. Let's see how we could go about using them in class using Gateway B1 Unit 3 as an example. The students have just done a controlled exercise checking their understanding of relative pronouns. Okay, we've looked at these relative pronouns, and the next exercise that we're going to do is practicing the relative pronouns, but it's also a very typical exercise in exams. Okay, it's called a multiple choice cloze activity. Multiple choice. What does multiple choice mean? If you say something is multiple choice, any idea? Danielle?
More than one option.
Yeah, so in fact, in this multiple choice activity, how many options are there?
4.
There are 4, okay. And it says it's a cloze activity. Cloze, we spell like this, okay? Cloze. And that just means that the text has spaces, okay? So the text has got spaces, and you have 4 options for each space. You have to decide which option is the correct option, okay? Now, what you have here is this little box which says exam success, and this is going to give you some advice about how to do the exercise well, how to do it successfully, okay? What I'd like you to do is to read the box, and it has a question. Read the box and think about the question and just have a chat to your partner. What do you think is the answer to the question? Okay, so you're reading this box here, think about it, and have a chat to your partner. Okay?
Dici quando devi mettere avanti. Vedi? Già non hai Letizia.
So this has spaces, but that's telling you first read all of it. Another possibility is you read it, and then number 2 you try and do it, number 3 you try and do it, but you don't read all of the text. So why is it a good idea to read all of this before you begin to do the exercise? Okay, you had to think about the question, yeah? It's asking, why is it a good idea then to read all of this text first before you begin to actually do the exercise? Okay, did you have some ideas? Don't tell me your ideas. Did you have some ideas why it's a good idea? Yes. Yeah? Okay, what I want you to do, at the back of the book, there is a section which will explain in detail how to do this type of exercise. What I want you to do, look at that information and then see if the idea that appears here is the same as your idea. Okay, that's on page 150 at the back. And you'll see here, for our unit, it's got this use of English, multiple choice. Just read that. Let's read it quickly and just see if it's the same idea that you had. Okay? Okay, so what advice did it give? Why is it a good idea then to read it all first before you look at each question? Yeah, Germán.
Because you have a general idea of the test.
That's right, because you know what the text is about, you have a context, yeah? You understand something about it. Often if you begin, then you're going one by one, then you don't really know what the whole of the text is going to be about. So it helps you to understand more, okay? What I want you to do then is precisely to read the text, and I want you to read it quickly, 2 minutes. Don't worry about the spaces. And after, I want you to tell me, what is the text? What is the main topic of this text? Okay? Okay, what is the text about then? What is it basically telling us about, in this case, Poland? What's it saying? Yeah,
It
Carlos.
said how they dub films or series in the...
That's right, yeah. So we've looked at dubbing and subtitling. What do they do, Carlos? How do
They
they...
have a person that reads the text in Polish.
Right, one person, two people, or just one?
Just one person.
So that's quite different from here, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, now that we understand then more or less what the general topic of the text is, now is the time then to go and try and do each answer, okay? So, do you prefer to do this individually or in pairs? Pairs, okay, fine. Help each other then. Go through the text and see which alternative you think is the best. The exam success tips are there to help students to do the best they can in their exams. Often the tips are basically common sense, but we all need to be reminded to use common sense sometimes. I'm sure we can all think of students who still forget to read the instructions to exercises, for example. And the idea is, of course, not just to know a particular strategy. The ultimate aim is for the students to be able to actually apply it. That's why, as we've just seen in the lesson, the material in Gateway is prepared so that as soon as students have thought about the best way to do an exercise, they immediately have the opportunity to put it into practice. A key element in Gateway is encouraging student participation, getting students to come up with ideas for themselves and getting them actively involved in their learning. When the students come up with an idea to answer the question in the exam success box, they can use the exam success reference section to check their ideas for themselves. One advantage of this reference section is that it groups all the strategies and tips for all different exam tasks in one place, so that whenever students need reminding about how to do an exam task, they can look there and find detailed help.